Hey guys, my name is still PK and I make WordPress tutorials for website developers and designers. So I'm very happy to be back in Designer Boss Summit, and in this presentation I will be presenting on how to make client-safe WordPress websites. Okay, so a very quick background. I have made WordPress websites for a very long time. Ever since WordPress 2 point something ish. So yeah, it's been a very long time. Way before any page builders came out or anything. Everything was just in raw PHP templates and some CSS and all that kind of stuff. Very long time ago. Worked with WordPress since the WordPress boom and everything, and of course worked at agencies, multiple agencies. And we've deployed a lot of websites. So if you've been doing this in the WordPress world, I'm sure you know that sometimes WordPress websites can break. Not just WordPress, any website can break. But WordPress, because we're talking about WordPress the most, we're gonna focus on that. So websites can break. Any website can break. And a lot of times it's because of the client. It's true. Because clients want to be able to edit their content and change things around. If there's new content that comes up, like blog posts, if there's new stuff that comes out, they want to let people know. They want to be able to do all that. So the thing is, how do we make a website that does not break? All right, so that's a huge issue with people who develop websites for clients. And a lot of times clients do want to manage their content, especially if it's simple things like just uploading text or changing a word, sometimes, or maybe taking out personnel, adding new personnel, and like I said, updating blog posts and all that. It's great if they can do that without contacting you or a developer for that, So they do that, they want to do that, and then it ends up breaking. That happens a lot. It happens a lot. So we're going to think about, I'm going to walk you through a lot of really cool tips, modern tools, and reliable tools that will allow you to build and deploy WordPress websites that really do not break. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm going to go through just a couple of websites just to show you how it could look and why it does not break. Okay, and the thing is, with this website, it was built for a large company. It was a campaign website, and it's been taken down now because that campaign is over. But I kept the website because I just needed it for my portfolio. It is on no index, so it doesn't. So only people who have the link can see. It looks great, and it works very well. Yep, works very well, and yeah, everything looks and works great. So let's see what. Yeah, so it all works great. That's great, right? Now, how does this page look on the back end? And of course, actually, when they had this website running for the campaign, they actually did update all the content themselves. So you can see it has a custom post type called stories, and we have different story types. And if you look at the back end of this page, now this is actually a custom built theme from scratch. It started from nothing in a text editor, and everything top to bottom was all typed out in the text editor. So I coded everything, but this is what the back end looks like. Now I'll go over the tools that we're using here, but you can see that text changes are easy. You can change the video as well if you wanted to. Everything, and we can add new stories. So yes or no, depending on whether you want to show them. And then we can add new slides. We have a bunch of slides, and the content in the slide, video that goes with the slide, and the list of things that happen. We can add new things if we wanted to, and yeah, and that is why none of it breaks. It just doesn't break because the client is not pushing things around in a page builder. So this website also looks very nice. Yeah. And of course, this website also does not break. It's been like this for a while. Not a lot of content changes, but oh yeah, they added one. So yeah, not a lot of content changes, but still it looks and works really well. And here's how that works. So there's a project, there's a custom post type that says projects, and we can go to project. And once you're in a project, we can edit that. Yeah, you can see that he did it. Good job. I'm happy with that. Yeah. So all you need to do is just put these things in here, and everything, like, just fill this in, and you're good. That is how that is all set up. So there's no way that they can break this. You can see that, right? There's no way that they can break any of this, and we know that it will look good regardless. You know, not regard. Yeah, whatever they do, it will still look good because there's not much that they can do at all. Probably not to this full level, but it will help. Like, knowing how to do this and the main idea and the concepts behind all this will really help you a lot, and it will help you not only put together websites that will break a lot less, it will also help you customize the back end for the clients, and that also gives them a really good sense of getting a truly bespoke experience for the clients. And I think that puts your offering, your web offering, way above any of your competitors, because they will most likely not have this level of custom interface for the clients. All right. Some clients, and we all know this, and we've all had clients like this. Some clients go vastly off script and just go into the stratosphere doing whatever they want, and totally goes outside of the brand, and they're happy to do that. In that case, you cannot stop them from that, and they're just going to have to do that, and you will have to. You're just gonna have to walk away from that. Anyways, there is a con, because, you know, some clients do think that they feel limited in that, and that's all about creating good UI. And I've had clients complain about that, but then once it's built and I show them, they really appreciate it. And the main reason that the reason they appreciate it is because of one really important question that I think you always have to ask during a brief. Who's gonna be managing the content after handover? Because it really is important. If they want to be managing just the blog, for example, and they need, let's say, for example, one of the people in their office to be doing that, then you know that, and you can build the back-end interface according to that, right? Or if it's just the owner themselves, and they say, oh, I don't know much about websites, all I need to do is sometimes just change the menu, and then that's all you need to prepare for, because everything else is going to be the same. So then you say, all right, so I'll make something simple for you so you can easily edit the menu, and you won't break anything, you won't have to worry about anything. All you need to do is just change the menu, and the rest, if you want to change anything, just let me know, right? That question is so important. It is so important, okay? Now, when you're in a brief, when you're in a meeting, make sure you always ask that. That is how you make a good website after handover. And that's how the website will not break in the future. That's how you get a client-safe website, okay? All right, so let's go into some methods and tips on how to do that. As you can see, the colors are truly unique. Now, these are actually my brand colors, and I just think that's cute. Now, of course, right now you can see that there's a few stuff here, all right? But what we're gonna do is this is how it looks for an editor, okay? Now, why am I bringing up the whole idea about editor? So once you know who's gonna be managing the website, you can make them an editor account, and they will be able to, whoever's gonna be mostly managing the website will be able to log in and just do whatever is offered to them, and they won't have to worry about anything breaking, because that you can limit everything that they do. Now, do you do that to their admin account? No. I think because the client has paid for the website fully, right? You get all the money from them, right? That for the build. So if once they've paid fully, they need to have full admin access. Now, limiting their admin access, I think, is sort of a issue, because they should have the right to do that. They should have the right to full access. However, if you know that somebody's going to be managing the website, then you can make them a certain account, right? And then you can have everything in a nice little sandbox for them to wreak havoc, and it won't break anything, right? So the PDF that is going to be, I don't know where, is going to probably down there, right? It's going to be included with this presentation. We'll have all the links, okay? So when I mention something, you'll find the links in there. Just click on them and see which one is which, and you'll find out, okay? All right, so let's go in and have a look at what the editor page looks like. That's it. All right, now you can see I have an extra notice for them. I actually have a button here that says contact support, and if you look down here, when I hover over that, look down there, do you see that? It says mail to. This is actually an email link. You can click on, they can click on this and they can email you directly. Nice, right? You can actually make a little block here. So hello, if you have any questions, blah, blah, blah. You can also see, I'll take that out. Yeah, but anyways, you can also see, hi editor, that's my name. This is a client safe website, 2023, client safe, info@almostnetwork.com. You can do this, right? That's pretty cool. You also have these things. They can edit pages if they want to, like that, and they can edit the posts, the blog posts, and all that kind of stuff, right? Okay, so think about this. They log in and they see you welcoming them to the website, and you have contact support button there. You have another message here that they can read and call you at a number or email you directly from the computer. That is great support, and that is very custom, very cool, right? So how is this done? Now, in the course, right, if you've opted in for the bundle package, this is all done easily in one or in a few clicks, and you can get everything set up easily, right? I'm going to go over everything, explaining everything, but in this case, in the PDF we'll have all the links, but custom admin interface plugin, right? WordPress custom admin interface plugin. This plugin has a lot of really cool stuff. This is where you make the widgets if you wanted to, right? You can actually also customize the color scheme like I just did here. You can have extra button in the toolbar. You can edit the toolbar here, which is just really nice. right? You can change all of that, which is, yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it? You can add a notice like that. It's a notice, right? That kind of stuff. There's a lot of things here that you can enjoy, not enjoy, you can play around with, and that's great. For the clients, one of the main things that they will be managing is the blog, right? They'll be managing the blog. And for the blog, what you can do is you can actually make them custom blocks. And that means that they will actually have custom content blocks for Gutenberg, right? Now, before we go any further, I'm going to have to explain that Gutenberg, some people are not happy with Gutenberg. I understand that. WordPress is leaning into Gutenberg. It's not going away anytime soon. And a website, when it goes through a redesign, the only asset that is worth keeping is the blog post. So the blog post has to stay default WordPress. If you're using a page builder for the blog content, not the blog template, the blog content, then it could have problems later. Even when people say things like, oh, Elementor, if you turn it off, a blog post will revert to just regular HTML. Fine, that's fine, but it's not as clean as default. All right, so as long as you have a template for the blog and put the content inside that template, that's fine. Making a template for the blog is fine, but blog content should be Gutenberg. It keeps that blog future safe, and it keeps that blog in an easy enough interface for the clients to use to update the content. Okay, so what can you offer extra? You can offer a thing called patterns. All right, you can also, of course, make and edit actual blocks. Like if you click on this, you get an, oops, you can't see there. You can actually add extra blocks. Like you can do this, right? But it's not. It's a, well, I mean, this I'm trying to make this presentation and the whole course use zero code. I'm trying to do that. Zero code. Everything can be done with a click of a mouse. So that means making blocks themselves, you need to know a little bit of HTML and CSS. So I do explain that, but I'm not explaining it here, and I'm going to show you a different way of doing that. Okay. So another plugin that we can highlight is control block patterns. All right, it's control block patterns, and that looks like this. All right. And what it does is it allows you to make patterns, and here they are. Right? I've made two. Add it, and that means that they can edit stuff. They can add their images and stuff easily. They can change the text. This is a new heading. That's it. Hello. All right, so let's say, for example, you're making a recipe for them. You can actually have a recipe block if you wanted to, or you can have a recipe, and we'll get to that in a minute, a proper custom fields for that, recipes if you wanted to. But yeah, for this, for that, you can make custom blocks like content blocks, and it'll just work, right? You can make video containers, you can make steps in training or tutorial steps. You can make a bunch of patterns, and they're patterns, and that means that it'll be templated as per the front end styling, and there you go. That's what you can do to actually make it custom for the clients themselves. And now we're going to go into pages and actually making the pages really cool. Okay, so let's talk about that. Pages are different from blog posts. Pages have better layouts, I guess, more more careful and intricate layouts than blog posts, that means you're going to have to use a page builder. If you're not going to be coding everything, you're going to have to use a page builder. And that also means it's going to be hard for the client to edit content if they open the page builder. Because, right? Now, a lot of people worry, I've seen a lot of people worry that if the client starts managing the page builder, will it break the website? Yeah, of course. That happens so many times. It happens all the time. So what can you do to reduce that impact? Well, what you can do is use ACF. Right now, why ACF? Get to that in a second, but before I get to that, I'll explain what this does. You can actually make custom fields, which are like little punch holes where people can drop in content, and that is taken, the raw content is taken and put into the place where you want it to show on the front end, like filling out a form, right? You fill out a form and you take that content and you make it look like that, right? So that is what ACF does. Why ACF though? ACF has the best integration with all page builders, all the other themes, all the other plugins. It has the best integration with everything, period. There are great competitors, Metabox, Toolset, Pods. They're great, but not as good as ACF, right? ACF can also make custom post types, which means it can make things like movies, right? It can make movies for you, not movies for you, but it's not AI generated movie or anything. This you can make a custom post type, and you can do that directly in ACF, which is awesome, right? You can do that directly in ACF. So you don't even need CPT UI anymore, and ACF interface is pretty good. It does everything that you need, right? So that's why we're going to be using ACF, okay? Now, as for the page builder, in this presentation, and for me, a lot of websites in the future, and I've also used it for a while, ever since it came out in alpha, we're going to be using Breakdance. Now, Breakdance is, I think it's almost been about a year or so since it was first announced and released. Of all the page builders out there, right, like the ones that we know, Elementor, Divi, Beaver, Visual Composer / WP Bakery, right, and of course the ones that come with themes, like Avada has a theme Fusion builder. There's a lot of builders out there, and they all also support ACF. I'm pretty sure all of them do, okay? So that's why we choose ACF. That's great. However, there are a few new modern builders that came out in recent years that have a much quicker load because it loads only the things that are needed in very clean code. And those are Bricks, Oxygen, and Breakdance. I do have Bricks lifetime license, and I do have Oxygen lifetime license, and I am paying for Breakdance as well. But anyways, Bricks and Oxygen, the way that things are intended are a little different from Breakdance. Breakdance is intended for people who are used to visual building, who are probably more used to Elementor or Divi than they are with Oxygen or Bricks. Very different. It has a lot more modules, and it has a lot more unique features, and that's why I'm using it, and that's why it works well with ACF. There's a lot of unique integrations with ACF, and it loads so well. And if you just build a website on Breakdance and don't worry about anything, it will take care of itself. Just put it through GTmetrix, and it will just load so well. You get green for no effort. So if you're thinking of switching from a legacy builder to a modern builder, then I think Breakdance is where it's at, which is why I'm using that here. Now, the things that I'm going to explain in this video itself, in this presentation itself, you can use your favorite builder, and because we're using ACF, there's almost no chance that it won't work. It will work, because the stuff that I'm explaining here is relatively simple. Okay, so most of it will work, but we're going to be using Breakdance to go through that. ACF, you can make field groups. I have a few here, and I will show you an example. Okay, all right, just one simple page, and we're just going to be building that page directly right there, right then and there at that moment, and I'll just show you how that works. Okay, all right, so let's start with a new page. Let's make a page. All right. All right, and we're gonna load Breakdance, and let's add. We could add like a UI kit, or we can add things from our website, like here, right? I'll get to this in a minute, but let's just add something like. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Cool. Okay. Now, we have these things, right? Now, that is an element, that is an element, that is an element, and that is an element, right? So we're going to save this, leave this for now, and we will come back and make those things, right? So designer boss. Okay. Let's make a new field group. All right. And this will be designer boss. Cool. Text is good. Heading, text, and that there was let's see how this looks. There was a subtitle, right? Subtitle. Subtitle, text. All right, and let's add an image. Oh, link. Let's add a link. There we go. All right. And let's add an image. All right. Background image. Cool. So that's just four, just in a straight line, listed down. I actually have a plugin. I actually like using this plugin, ACF Columns. This is great. It's been around for a while, and I've always used this in every build. There's not much to test. This just works fine. It's not as many people as I'd like using it, but I don't really care. So yeah, it's great. Now, go to page, and we will add designer boss to that page. So only on this page will these fields load. All right, so we're going to save that. Once it reloads, we'll probably have the ACF columns load in here, because we just activated that plugin, right? So let's add a column so you can see on the bottom we have column, right? This doesn't show anywhere, so it doesn't really matter, but it's useful. All right. All right, and last, so I just duplicated two half columns, and the last one I'm gonna add a reset, so anything that happens after that, you'll start fresh with new columns. Okay, so now if we refresh this page, you will see this. Okay, cool, right? Now, heading text. Let's add some heading text. My favorite ipsum is cupcake. Come on, wait. All right, cupcake. There you go. Cupcake ipsum is great because everybody can tell that content, that text is placeholder, and it's not offensive, and it doesn't confuse anyone. Lorem ipsum actually confuses some people. I've had people say, "Oh, that's great, but do we really need Latin?" Like, that's for you to fill in, you know. But you don't have to worry about that with Cupcake ipsum, because they're like, "Oh, you're making me hungry." Like, yeah, okay. But yeah, that's how that works. All right, and we will add a link. Buy now. Buy not. Buy now. All right, let's go to. Oh, that's a URL. Sorry. Let's go to google.com. No, might as well. Almostinevitable.com. Buy now. Open link in a new tab. That should work. All right, let's update that. All right, all good. Now, how will we make this load on the front end? You can already see that this is great for people who are who will be editing on their own, right? Okay. Now, connecting the ACF fields to that works like this. And this works with pretty much every page builder that is out there. All right, so you have this, and the stack of coins that you see, that stack of coins is, I think, the universal icon for dynamic or database, probably. That's what that means, database. So that means it's a dynamic field. And as you can see, ACF, Designer Boss has heading text. Those things show. You don't have to worry about them. But heading text, there we go. Done, right? Let's make this subtitle text. Yeah, okay, cool. So that's how that works. This section will have a background. There it is. That background can be added here. And there we go, done. Right, now, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add an extra section. All right, let's add a section. Sure, why not? Let's just do that. Cool, all good. All right, so there we are, right? Now this is another cool thing that I'm gonna get to. All right, so let's save that. And you already saw how this works now, right? So that's great. Now if you're using ACF to do that, that is great. And this is how you can do it with any builder. Let's see how this looks for an editor on the back end. But before we get there, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the Breakdance settings page. I've obscured the license key from plain view just because it's my license key. There's only one. You're given one for unlimited websites. If you go to user access, it shouldn't look like this, but the custom admin interface plugin sort of throws a few things out of whack, probably because of its own CSS for the back end. Doesn't really cause any issues. It's just a display issue. But anyways, editor has no access. We will give it edit content, and that will allow this editor to do a lot of cool stuff. Okay, let's see if it works. All right, so now, of course, I took out a couple words here, but let's say, for example, they do that, and we'll do that, right? Let's update that, and you will see that the editor can change the content easily, right? Yeah, that's good, right? Yeah, cool. Now, remember how we just added this? I'll show you a really cool thing about Breakdance, and I'm pretty sure Other page builders don't have edit content. Yeah, I haven't seen that, so it's very cool. So let's have a look, right? So normally, if they are blocked from access, then they'll just be they'll end up on a 404 page or something. But if we edit in Breakdance, oh, I opened a new tab. Anyways, if we edit in Breakdance, what you will see is this, yeah, right now here, but this is very cool, right? So regardless of what's going on over in that section, over here, you can see designing spaces, etc., for better past, right? You can actually edit the content directly, right? Even the image, you can choose the image, right? So why is that important? Because you can do this sort of close to what ACF can do without using ACF. And like I said, I haven't seen a builder that does this. This is actually a very cool feature. So if you don't want to go through okay, so with ACF, you can do a lot more cooler things. There's a lot more things that you can do. But if it's just on-page content, you can actually do this, and it will work like that. As you can see, you don't actually have that style tab, right? There's nothing there, right? There's no style tab here, right? And in the regular admin page, right? Regular admin Breakdance builder, you can see that that's not the case, right? Yeah, that's not the case. You can do everything here, right? Yeah. But here, you can't. How cool is that, right? Yeah, all right. So that's just another thing that I think puts modern builders, well, in this case, it's probably just Breakdance, but I'm sure other builders will start doing this. But in the meantime, you can use something like this, right? Now, here's another cool thing. You can see this page, right? So if you look at the ACF settings, field groups, I have a setting called hero section, right? And this hero section is applied to these pages, right? If I put in or, it will apply to these pages. Let's add another page. Let's add designer boss page. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do is this guy's gonna quit, stop editing this page, right? All right, cool. So what we're gonna do is we are going to go in and edit this. Yeah, who cares about you? There we go. All right, so hero section. It's an extra hero section. We can add stuff to that extra hero section. Let's add this. Let's add a paragraph in here. There we go, and that's good. Why am I doing this? Well, we actually have added a whole section in the ACF fields on that page, right? And it'll show just on that page, as you can see, just this list of pages. And what you can do now is you can actually load a section that is built for those fields. All right, I'll show you where that is. For example, if we go to our own website, there's a page here on the home page. This section has been added, has been set up. So we're actually taking pages from other sections from other pages. This section has been made to work with those fields, that field group. So you add this to the page, and there you go. See that? That's just what we just pasted here, right? So move that all up way up here, and that is now the new hero section. So you can actually add page hero sections with a set of field groups, and this field group will be order number 0. And if you go to that other one that we just made here, we give this order number 2. And we'll exit here. And now you can see this is the first one that shows, and this is the second one underneath that. It can be one, but I just put it as two because there might be something else like a CTA section that comes right under the hero, for example. And if you keep using that on all the pages, then you can actually make fields for that. Okay, so hopefully that has given you enough ideas, enough insights, probably some direction on where you can take your new website builds. When you're talking to your clients, it will give you some idea on what you can be doing to make the website experience better for the clients. Now, if you're watching this, I'm sure you've had at least some experience with WordPress. A lot of people, a lot of clients, for some reason, not for some reason, actually, for a legit reason, think WordPress is hard and think that it breaks easily. It really does not. It really can be built so it does not. Okay? And I think this is a really good first step, what you've seen here, and play with the plugins that are in the PDF. It's a really good first step in helping you make the WordPress experience for the client something better. I love using WordPress. I'm sure you do as well. Let's make our clients love it as well. I run a website. I run a digital web development / design agency called the Web Design Space. Now, if you've seen me on Facebook, then this is in my profile, so you probably might have clicked on it. I don't know, but this is what my website does. Not my website. This is what my agency company does. We take your design and we build really properly made websites with it. Really beautifully built websites with your beautiful design. So have a look, and so I'll show you my photo. So yeah, that's me. Just have a read. It's our designer. Our production manager. I do have a junior developer that I work with, but she's not here. That's not important. Anyways, so yeah, a lot of questions will be answered here as well. So just have a read. And what I do is I can act like part of your staff or as a third party. Doesn't really matter. But I can just factor me into your cost, and you can design, hand it off. I'll take care of everything while you talk to the next client, you design, hand off, take care of everything. I work with a few agencies. We're expanding right now, and like I said, junior developer, we're expanding. We can take on more work, so that's why I am including this in the pitch. It's a very quick pitch. Now all that's left is just seeing you in the Q&A session, not over here, but seeing you in the Q&A session, and let me know if you have any questions about how to build a little bit more robust, or what kind of fields the clients can use, or how to use them, etc., etc. So let me know and we can talk. All right. So I'll see you around. If you're on wherever you're on, leave a comment and I will talk to you there. All right. Bye.